Jai Hind, Brigadier Hemant Mahajan. We meet today to carry out a review of important activities that took place in the last 1 week which affects India's national security. The most important activity that took place was the appointment of General Anil Chauhan as the next Chief of Defence Staff. This is a very good news because ever since General Rawat died in an accident, thereafter for last nearly 10 months there was no Chief of Defence Staff. And what we have to understand is for India's military preparedness, for India's defence preparedness, for India's national security, Chief of Defence Staff has a very important role to play. So we are ultimately happy that General Chauhan has been made the Chief of Defence Staff. He is quite a qualified officer. He is an infantry officer who served extensively in Jammu and Kashmir, in terrorist-prone areas of Kashmir, in northeast insurgency. He is tackled. He has done all the important staff and command appointments. Commanded a brigade in Kashmir, commanded a division in the northeast, commanded a corps in the northeast. He's been on many important staff appointments, including he's been a Director General Military Operations of the Indian Army, and his last posting was he was a GOC in seat of the Eastern Command, which takes care of the border against China. So he's a highly experienced officer. After he retired, he had joined the National Security Advisors Secretariat as a military advisor to the NSA, Shri Ajit Doval. So he is very much in touch with what's happening on ground, and we are lucky to have him around. Now, what are the important challenges that are there in front of him? Number one, of course, is integrated theatre command, in which Army, Navy, Air Force will come under one command. Secondly, coordination of administration. Thirdly, coordination of operational planning. Fourthly, creating capability to fight a hybrid war under all circumstances, the defensive as well as offensive war. So he has extensive charter, extensive duties which are there in front of him, and I am sure that he will make a difference and he will carry on from where General Rawat had left. So we wish all the best to General Anil Chauhan for his tenure as the Chief of Defence Staff. The next issue thereafter on which we will talk is related to the PFI, Popular Front of India. What it simply means is yesterday the government has banned an organization called Popular Front of India. What is Popular Front of India? It has been covered extensively. Its leadership comes from SIMI, which was comes from SIMI, that is Student Islamic Movement of India. It was involved in many activities of violence. It had a countrywide network. So the government carried out raids, National Investigation Agency, the ED, the Income Tax Department, etc. Very painstakingly, they got the proof together. Their bank accounts were sealed, their laptops were confiscated, their mobiles were confiscated, and all the proof that has been collected now will be put in the court of law, and thereafter the court has what is called as a committee which says any organization which is banned, the proof is put in front of it, and then they take a call whether the proof is adequate or not. But what is important is, while we have banned the PFI, while we have arrested a large number of their operatives, but it still doesn't mean that they will go down the drain. So there will always be some new people who will come up. They'll come up with some new names, etc. Presently, they have been given a big blow, and that is good from India's national security point of view. They were involved in lot of violent activities like the closure of road during the CAA, during the NRC, carrying out murders in Kerala and all over and at many places in India. So there is a lot of offensive activities that they did, which was definitely creating a problem for the security of the country. So I am sure all these people who were involved will be punished under the law. But what is more important is that we have to ensure that fresh recruitment doesn't take place, and most important is we have to ensure that their money supply is stocked. They get a lot of money from Turkey, UAE, and many countries in the Middle East, unless the money supply stops both by legal means and illegal means, some other organization will take its place. So the work, while we need to congratulate the National Investigation Agency for a job well done, but more important is we have to ensure that they do not come up in different form. But definitely banning of PFI and catching their leadership is a very good news from the point of view of India's security. The next issue is regard to Punjab, who's going to start what is called as the old pension scheme, and they're going to do away with new pension scheme. What it simply means is old pension scheme was very ruinous as far as the states were concerned, and no state can afford it. Now, except the armed forces, nobody has what is called as OPS or the old pension scheme. Now, if Punjab decides to go for it, it will ruin the Punjab state's economy completely, and this will ensure that we will be generous at the cost of future generations. I hope Punjab government takes their decision back. The next issue is with regard to police reforms. Shri Prakash Singh, who was an IPS officer, who keeps on writing on police reforms, has again written that 22nd September is celebrated as a police reforms day. And he's been very single-mindedly pursuing this police reforms. We need to compliment him for that. And in fact, even the court had also said that the police reform should be carried out. But since law and order falls under the states have not shown adequate interest in carrying out police reform. So really what happens is, it is felt that the police are meant for high-ups, for the VIPs, and they do not belong to the common people. There are innumerable problems which can be rectified if the police reforms are done. So let us hope that Sri Prakash's effort of carrying out, pursuing police reforms bears success, because this will benefit the whole country. The next issue after that is about Canada. Very interesting thing took place. That is, the Foreign Ministry or the Government of India issued an advisory to the Indians traveling to Canada, either as students or as businessmen or as tourists, and also for Indians who are settled down in Canada, that Canada is a dangerous place to stay. Now, this must be a really a case of only of its type in the history of our country, where we are declared a American country as terrorist prone, as creating a problem for the security of the citizens there. Why was this done? Because the radicalization is not being controlled by the Canadian government. There are fringe elements there who are creating a problem. They carried out what is called as a referendum, Khalistani referendum, and the government of Canada did not stop it. And these people have been involved in a lot of violent activities, including giving money during the farmers' agitation, etc. Now, Canadian government has not paid adequate heed to what India was saying. However, they did try to please us by declaring one of the Hindu festivals as their national festival. We need to teach a lesson to Canada that in case if they do not keep in mind India's security needs, in that case we will not allow migration from India into Canada. Canada requires migrants very badly. If Indians do not migrate to Canada, who else will? Yes, the Chinese are definitely ready, but Chinese will eat up the complete Canadian system. Of course, there are elements from Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh who would want to go there, but they have already created adequate problems for the European country. And as to what kind of a situation today is existing in Europe, should be an example for Canada, that people from these countries, if they welcome them instead of Indians, Canada will go to dogs. Canada, I hope, understands this, because it is only Indians who can make Canada prosper, because they work hard and they follow the rules of the land, while the others do not follow it. So, for the sake of Canada's security, they should keep in mind India's concern and take action against the radicalized Khalistanis who are there. The next issue is about United Nations. United Nations General Assembly meeting was going on, and a lot of important activities took place there. And what I need to tell you is that the star performer there was our External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar. And what did he do? I mean, just imagine. There we told Russia that war is not possible. We must go for peace, and India will support. India supports only people who India is on the side of peace-loving people and not on the side of people who are war-mongering. And Putin had to accept it. He told us, yes, we agree India's concern, and we will end up the war in a short while. Of course, that was for the sake of diplomacy. The war may not end so swiftly as we want it to be, but a message was given to Putin. Did it harm us? No. The Russians still want us to buy their oil, buy their gas, because nobody else is. Now, we also told the Americans that F-16 planes that you have given to Pakistan is not going to be used by them for the anti-terrorist operation. They never have been used for anti-terrorist operation. You have made a mistake. Imagine an Indian foreign minister telling America that you are making a mistake. The Americans, of course, tried to tell us that we want cooperation with India in terms of missiles, in terms of drones, in terms of many things, etc. Americans want to be friendly with Pakistan because they are again going to start drone attacks on Afghanistan, and that is where Pakistan gives them a great help. That is their way of ensuring that ISIS or Al-Qaeda top leadership is killed there itself in Afghanistan. So therefore, Pakistan is important to them. But imagine telling them that you please stop it, and they accepting it and giving a VIP welcome to our foreign minister definitely shows that India matters now as far as the world is concerned. The France Prime Minister has also praised India. It is said now both United Nations, United States, Russia, and even France has agreed, has said that India must get a seat, a permanent membership of United Nations Security Council. This has never happened before in the history. Let us hope ultimately we do get a seat at the United Nations Security Council, which will help us to nullify all the wrong activities which China is doing. During the United Nations General Assembly meeting, a large number of nations only took name of India, praising it for the vaccine that they got. No country was mentioned so many times as was India. So it shows that India's hard power is rising, India's soft power is rising. Indian economy today is the fifth in the world. It will become third by 2000. It will become fourth by 2025 and third by 2027. So the world knows that India has a very important role to play as far as world is concerned, and India is definitely, everybody is looking after it, and everybody looks after India because India has an advantage of excellent record as a non-aggressor. We have never shown any warlike tendencies. We have always been powerful peace advocates, and we have a leadership which is capable of taking difficult decisions. So the world knows our power. In fact, peace as far as India is concerned is going to be India's contribution in the days to come. Since our economy matters, since we are the fifth largest economy, since we have a steady growth of GDP, since everybody and our economy is growing much better than everybody else's, so therefore world is today started respecting India, and let us make full use of this respect to speed up our economic development in the days to come. The next issue is with regard to Ukraine war, and two issues are important. One is Russia has said that it will use nuclear weapons. Will they use it? Well, if Putin feels that he is losing the war, then he will keep on threatening. Otherwise, nuclear weapons have never been used after 1944 when they were dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So therefore, one need not worry too much about it. But Putin cannot be taken lightly. Ukraine has won some area. Russia is gone for, let's say, a referendum in certain areas which they are holding. The situation there is getting complicated. Yeah, it is going to create a problem for the world economy. Today, economy of Europe is going into negative. The economy of Russia is going into negative. Economy of Europe, Russia, America, everybody is getting into negative. While India is one of the brightest spot as far as the world economy is concerned, and we are going to be the growth engine of the world. So let us make full use of the opportunities available. China's powerful leader Xi Jinping, where has it disappeared for last 1 week? Nobody knows, even the Chinese do not know. It's a great opportunity for India to take a rightful place in the global polity. So I'm sure we will use this opportunity tremendously. The next point that I come to is China carrying out repression against Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang. This has been happening since a long time. World is scared of China. We need to bring out this in various United Nations forum. China is also a biggest supporter of terrorism. We are going to be the chairman of G20 and the Shanghai Cooperative Organization in next year. So we should use this opportunity to ensure that China's wrongdoings are put in front of the world. Now, I'll be ending in next 2 minutes. The point that I want to make is China uses unconventional means to use its power. China uses its fishing fleet to take care of to use them as the maritime power. It takes the help of its merchant navy. It uses private maritime security companies. So India could learn a lesson from them as to how to economically use your power so that you can keep a surveillance over a large area. So we definitely can learn a lot as far as the maritime domain is concerned. Now the next issue and the last issue that I'm going to talk about is that a lot of interesting things are happening. I will tell you without a comment. The PFI violence has resulted in a damage worth about more than 25 crores in the last few days. One of the journalists of Pakistan has said that Pakistani delegates, when they went to USA, they were offered only coffee and biscuits. But when India's foreign minister went there, he was hosted a dinner and he was treated like a VIP. Pakistani army helicopter has crashed. Most probably it was fired upon by the Baluchi rebels. The BBC is one of the most British Broadcasting Service is one of the most anti-Indian media as far as India is concerned. And the violence which took place in Great Britain, which was done by the jihadis there, they are not even spoken about it. And finally, when they realized that it was only the jihadis who were responsible, then they started saying, no, we don't know who actually did it. Now the British Indians have given a warning to the Indians who are there that United Kingdom is dangerous, safety advisory for anybody and everybody. During the upcoming festival season, there may be a violence by the jihadis. So be careful, do not go alone, especially for women and the elderly. And last point which I will talk about is what Nepal's MP, member of parliament, has said. He has basically said that the Muslim population in Nepal is increased 5-fold in last 10 years, and the border districts are all full of Muslim population. And he says at this rate, Nepal is going to have a tough time. Lot of illegal Bangladeshi migration is taking place and they are settling down in Nepal. Good that at least now the Nepalis have realized the threat of illegal migration which takes place inside Nepal also. So let us hope they act on it and stop this illegal migration. I'll stop here. Jai Hind.